younger, and Paul 10 years he's younger. His dad was a Welsh trials champion, and he taught those boys his talent, and he taught them well. Gary's brother Steve was a Welsh champion trials rider, and Gary also went on to win many trophies in the sport. A high achievement was in 1979 when Gary was made Young Welsh Sports Personality of the Year! He was a lover of punk rock! And the Clash were a major influence in structuring Gary's early beliefs. Gary and Steve spent many hours in his bedroom listening to the first album. At the age of 19, he decided there was more to life, and with itchy feet, which we all know well, he took himself on his journey away from his hometown. He found the punk squat scene in Zaandam, Holland, which planted the seed for what was to come. Part of his journey led him to Jersey to go potato picking, and as fate would have it, there he met and fell in love with Kath. On February the 27th, 1986, Josie, their gorgeous daughter, was born. Kath... Let's put our thoughts out to Josie, because she's really such a brave, strong girl in hospital right now. So yeah, come on. Part of his journey... Oh, we've done that. Gary is a doting dad, a punk musician and a truth speaker.
Fucking right.
Gary, Kath and Josie lived on the road, escaping the wrath of this society. In 1987, 2000 DS were formed, named after the 2000 drug squad that came to show their force at Tumbalum Free Festival, South Wales. Gary was to become a great showman of the Traveller underground music scene.
On the main stage at Glastonbury because there wasn't a Travellers Field that year.
Woo! Come on, Gary! Gary's classic sayings were, we're all doomed, and we're all gonna die,
and no one's getting paid.
Like I said, Gary came from the truth. It's just another story. Their first track, Scrap the Church, which says it all, and sure enough, Gary and his band of merry Crozone men and women, including many of us here today, scrapped the lot.
The crowbar's just over there.
This helped to fund buying music equipment, instruments and sustenance to get his band 2000 DS on the road. The road never did end. They played all over Europe, Berlin, Italy, Holland, Spain, and also went to tour in good old US of A. After approximately 10 years, Kath and Gary went their separate ways. Then Gary met Yogo. They met in Berlin, and their love created two beautiful children. Caisie Light and Gwen. And of course they had to be born in Wales. Come on. They bought a farm in France, and that's where they lived for approximately 8 years, on and off, travelling around on the scene, you know. And when Gary and Yogo separated, they kept a really strong relationship. Caisie stayed with her mum in Brighton. Gwen spent the last couple of years with his dad in Ludlow. Gary kept the family tradition of trials biking and taught not only Gwen, but Caisie how to ride, and how to ride well. Gary's music was also on a journey. Hardcore punk, reggae, drum and bass, and even a bit of dance music. Riley, what's going on? Gary was director of Scrap Records. Scrap Rock Records! Which was an open book for musicians and artists to present their work, which became a springboard for his show, Rock and Roll Circus.
Fucking roll.
Rock and roll digger.
For anyone and everyone to get involved.
Yeah.
Come on, get involved. Gary's most hilarious act and classic act was his imitation of Michael Eavis at Glastonbury 2008.
Absolutely.
At the same Glastonbury, Dead Silence asked Gary to join them on stage. He came on stage as Beavis Michael. Get off my land! Oh.
Mummy, she's just over there with Sue in a minute.
And so eventually Gary became part of Dead Silence. Yes, continued. Come on. In the most recent interview, Gary said, Cumbran is the Valley of the Crow King. He explains, the crow features in a lot of things. He was the king. It even features in the tower with all the ravens. The crow goes back a long time. It is definitely something we have latched onto. We actually squatted the mountain overlooking Cumbran at Tumbalum in 1985 for a free festival, which lasted 4 or 5 weeks till we got kicked off. That was just below the mound that Bran had as one of his main homes. When you stand at the top of the mound at Tumbalum, you can see the River Severn and 7 counties. If you see the 8th, it is an escapeway into another world in which the crow flies and lands on the stage of a free festival. So let's see Gary, a distinguished, determined gentleman, a legendary rogue, showman extraordinaire, swooping into that free festival and landing on stage. This time, not fighting for, but living the cause. Freedom! Okay, if anybody would like to come up and say anything right now, you're welcome. So, don't rush.
Just when they were in the States, he told me they were supporting NoFX on a tour of the States when they were still 2000 DS. NoFX actually wrote a song about 2000 DS. We were getting drunk with 2000 dirty squatters. We didn't want to fight them, so they just fought themselves. That's the kind of fucking British punk band you want to follow. That's all I've got to say about it. Someone get up and say something fucking good about this man. I know you can.
Yeah, should we get Alfie to film it?